It's March 2026, and between the escalation in the Strait of Hormuz and the new trade barriers in the EU, the global news cycle is moving faster than humanly possible. If you're still scrolling for updates, you're already left behind. That's why I'm going to show you how to build an autonomous n8n AI agent that filters the noise and delivers pure intelligence in context of news. Let's dive in. Before we start actually building this news AI agent, I want to tell you guys that I've prepared on Google Docs with all the resources and knowledge you need to build it, and you can access it in the YouTube description, so you just click on the link. So what makes a good news report? This is a question that we need to ask ourselves before building an AI agent, because in today's time and age, we often are confronted with like fake news, and these are like points that prevent this kind of fake news that we usually have in, for example, in social media. So the solution is to use multiple sources. And you may ask yourself, why do we only use this point, verification, and not the other points, like, for example, objectivity, balance, and context, or lead? And the reason why is because if you have sources that are reliable, if you have sources that already fulfill these criteria, then you're going to be able to maximize the quality only by using multiple sources. But now let's take a look at the visualization of our n8n workflow. So this is the visualization. I hope it's not too complicated, but I'm going to try to explain it as good as possible. So we start by adding unscheduled trigger. The reason why is because we want to have a news report every morning that just informs us about different topics. We're going to split our workflow into 3 paths. These are like the 3 sources we're going to use only for finance. So this is the sector for finance. We're going to split the workflow, use these different sources, merge all the information from the sources, and then create a news report for finance, particularly for finance. Then we're going to do the same for politics, merge everything into one node and create a news report. And at the end, we're going to take all these information that we gathered, and we're going to create a final news report that is not too long, but still has important informations. So this is basically it. I forgot to mention that these topics like finance and politics are not static. You can change them if you want, but this video should only show you guys how to build a news AI agent, but not like it's not going to be specialized for your interests. So for me, finance and politics are important, and that's the reason why I'm going to use these topics. Okay, now let's just start building a workflow. So we're going to head to n8n, open a new workflow, and we are going to change the name to news research. Okay. So the original plan was to create a schedule trigger that would start the workflow every morning. But if we would do that now, we wouldn't be able to test our workflow, which would hinder us or which would bother us from building a workflow successfully. So I would rather start with a trigger manually and later change it to a schedule trigger when you are finished, because with this node, we are able to try and to test our workflow. So let's do that. Next, we have to use the switch module. So just write switch and add it to the workflow. Switch is basically a node that divides the workflow into paths, and you can also put some conditions in there, and but you're not required to do that. You can also just split the workflow, and we're going to do that. So let's just write the names of the sources we're going to use for today. So we have Bloomberg, Financial Times, and the Wall Street Journal for finance, for the overall topic of finance. So we can call this also finance. These are going to be the sources of finance. Okay, the first source is Bloomberg. So let's write Bloomberg and change this to string and exists. Then we're going to rename this output also to Bloomberg and paste it in there. So if you go outside, we can see Bloomberg was added. This route or this path named Bloomberg was successfully added. Then we're going to add another route or another path for our new source called Financial Times. Okay. So let's just type Financial Times. Then we're going to go to string and we're going to choose exists and paste the name in there. Then the last source is Wall Street Journal. The Wall Street Journal. This is going to be the last source for the topic finance that we're going to research about. We're going to go to string, exist, and rename the output as Wall Street Journal. So now let's get into the tricky part of the video. It's going to be to extract all the informations from the different sources. So we choose to use Bloomberg, Financial Times, and the Wall Street Journal for the topic finance. We have the topic right there, finance. But how do we get that information? So for example, this website, this is Financial Times, and there are news. For instance, US inflation will surge to 4.2%. And a method that helps us extract all the current informations or all the current news is called RSS reader, or also RSS file reader. But what is RSS file? I'm going to read this explanation and also explain it with my words. So under the hood, an RSS file is just a small XML file. You don't need to know this particular word, but
that a website keeps on its server and updates automatically whenever there's new content. That file contains title of news spots, short descriptions, summaries, links to the full article or episodes. So basically, an RSS feed is just all the current information, all the current content that a website contains or that a website conserves on a server. And we're going to use this file or this link to actually extract information from the websites like Financial Times. So every link for today is also on this Google Docs. I've prepared them. So for Bloomberg, we're going to use this link. And if you actually paste it in browser, you can also see the information. So this is not really formatted, but this is like the raw text and the raw informations about all the news from the website. And these are all current, as you guys see, 2026, March 25th. Here. Yes. So let's add this node called RSS read. And here you have to paste in an URL. So this is going to be the URL that provides us these RSS feeds. And there are specific URLs, for example, these ones. You can find them also on Google and in the internet if you want to. You can also find them in the internet. These are like publicly available. And yeah, for today's video, we're going to use these ones. So let's paste this one. This is for Bloomberg. Okay. Bloomberg, as you guys see. Then we have Financial Times. We have to add this node called RSS read. We go to our docs, copy it, and paste it in there. Let's do the same for the Wall Street Journal, RSS read. Oops, right there. Take the link from the docs and paste it in there. Okay, let's try to execute this workflow and see if we actually get the informations. Before we actually execute it, I forgot to mention that we have to activate a very important option. So let's just quickly go back to the switch node, then go down to add options, and you have to go to send data to all matching outputs and activate. Okay, now let's do the same also for politics, and at the end also for final AI agent that summarizes and gives us the final output, like the top 10 news of the day. So we did already with finance, now politics. So let's add the switch node that we need to split the workflow into 3 paths, and we're going to do the same. So let me just see in my resource docs which sources I want to use. Okay, we're going to use Politico, BBC, and the last one there. So add it in there. String exists. Rename outputs. Then okay, I don't need to copy that. And BBC exists. Rename outputs. And the last routing rule is going to be this source. Add it in there. Exists. The name is really not important. It's just for you guys to understand it better. Now add the option, very important option, send data to all matching points, and tick it on. So we're going to need our RSS read, very important, to extract all the informations. And go to this docs, copy the links, and paste it in the URL. RSS read. The same for BBC. There's a small mistake I see. We have to delete this letter. Then RSS read. Go to the docs and copy the last link. Okay. Let me just try the workflow. Let me just has work. Yeah. Okay. Now we're going to do the same. So we're going to use the nodes aggregate. Aggregate. Okay. Then choose this option, all fields except, and also copy the same things that we've written down here. Just take that. Okay. Yeah, no, I think trust me, guys, it's worth it. Okay, after you're finished, you're going to have to add the merge nodes, merge, then choose combine by position, number of inputs, then add options, include unpaired items, very important, and then connect them to the dots. Okay, now our second AI agent, okay, defined below, we're going to use this merge node. We have to execute it to use the data and then pin it. So let's execute this step, and we're going to pin the message here. Okay, so we're going to take this variable, paste it in there, the same thing as the other AI agent, and then go to system message, delete that, go to our docs, and paste in the final system prompt. And this is finance. We have to copy this one. Okay. Copy it, go down there, paste it in there. Then add the chat module, open AI. You can also use other chat modules. It's just like a preference thing. There are chat modules that are more suitable for individual scenarios. You can also use other chat modules. It's not really that important, but yeah, I'm just going to use the most efficient one, and for me it's 4.1 mini, or for my case, and yeah. And now it's very important to understand that we only have two batches of data. We have this first batch from our AI agent that was for finance, and the batch from our AI agent that is for politics. And we're going to do the same thing that we already did 100 times before. So we're going to aggregate all the data into one set. You need to choose the option individual fields, because if you would choose this all item option, it would only use the data from our second AI agent and not from our first AI agent. So choose individual fields, then add fields to aggregate expression, and choose this and paste it in there. Call it also, this is our politics AI agents. Then add field to aggregate expression, and the same also for this AI agent right there. This is our finance AI agents. Okay. Finance. If you exit the step, you should see the same output right there. Yes. Then you have all the, all the data from the different AI agents that we used, and this is going to be then finally summarized into one, like into one text. So take this and take it. This is going to be the user message. Then add a system message. Then copy this. Yes, right there, and paste it in here. System message. Add a chat module. Open AI. Choose whichever GPT you want to use. It loads. Why does it load so long? Okay. Then for GPT-4 mini, here 4.1 mini, we're going to use that, and we're heading to the end of our workflow, but we have to do two more things. So we have to use this formatted date. The reason why we use this formatted date is because our AI agents really don't know which date today is. So for me, it's 27th March, and the AI agent doesn't really know it. And this would also maybe leads the AI agent to do mistakes and maybe also be counterproductive in our case, because it has to give us all the news from our current date. So it is actually like new, and it's actually a current source. And yes, so we need to add this node called date, I think. Wait, let me just close that. Right there. We need to add this called node date, add date time, and connect it here. It's not really important where you connect it. It has to be just at the spot where you see it. Format a date. Click on this node and go to the options, choose format a date, then paste in the date by just using variables, and just take today. Let's just use this format. Then go ahead and zoom out, go to our last AI agent that we've added, and tell him that today is the, take it and paste it. Yeah, just like that. Okay, now to our last node for this workflow. It's going to be Google Sheets node. The reason why is because we want to save this data, save our top 10 news of the day, and then finally display it on our phone. And it's going to be a process that is going to be also, that's going to be a process that is a little bit complicated, but I'm going to try to explain it to you guys. Just choose append or update row in sheet. I've already prepared a Google Sheet news agent. Choose sheet 1, and then yes, values to send. We don't need that. So this is the sheets that I've prepared. They're already news from yesterday, but let's just delete them. We don't need them. Okay. we've deleted them. Go ahead and paste in this output from the first AI agent. This is like our product, this is the thing that we display. Then execute the step and let's see what happens. Let's see. And as you guys see, we got it on Google Sheets. This is very important because we saved our information successfully. Now we're going to go to our very interesting parts because our goal was to display it or to show it on our smartphone, and it should also trigger every morning. So we're going to I've prepared also a little image to explain. We're going to use an application on our phone that is called HTTP shortcut. You have to install it. After you install it, you have to change some settings to send data from our workflow to the app, and this app is going to display and it's going to show us the news. But before we do that, we have to add a workflow or to build a new workflow. So let's just go to this plus symbol, go to workflow. Let's name it HTTPS shortcut. This is the app that is called this is the app that we're going to use, and we're going to add a webhook. Then use the test URL. Then go to the options and also just add on Google Sheets. Then use the method or the action called get rows in sheet. Yes. Then choose the Google Sheets. My Google Sheets is called News Agent, so choose the right name and sheet 1. Very important that you have to go to the options, add options, then data location on sheet. So just choose specify range. And we are going to see this header row and first data row. Header row is just basically this one. We have A, B, C, D, and E. But in our case, we only use A because it's because our node in our workflow only puts data in this row called A in our case. So one is perfect, one is means A, and the other data row is basically these basically. And the problem is that as we receive news every morning, the lines really pile up over time. So for example, if we receive tomorrow news, we're going to have it on row 3, and the day after tomorrow is going to be on 4. So we need a variable to always give the right number in this case, or in this input. And I prepared in our docs this variable that's going to calculate using our date when we have to actually use or where our row is going to be for our date. So just paste it in there, and also put in the date you are already and also put in the date. So in my case 2026. It has to be in this format, by the way. So as you guys see, the result is 2, and 2 is also perfect because our news are also in the same row. So let's add the last node. This is going to be webhook, and the webhook is going to be a not change. I think all the settings are right. Yes, and let's just execute the workflow and trigger it by just copying this link and pasting it. Yes, as you guys see, workflow was started. Okay, so our webhook is working. The only thing we need to do is now install the app, and also okay, now let's add the last node for today. It's going to be response to webhook. Choose this node, and we're going to choose text. The text is going to be this input right there, exactly. Add options. No, we don't need options. And now we are finished with this workflow. So the last thing, so we establish like a radio to our phone, to our smartphone that sends this text from this Google Sheets. So let's just install the app, do some settings, and try it. Also very important, if you want to try the app, you have to put in the webhook into production URL. So just click on this one, on this option. Then also activate your workflow by just going to the settings right there and click on publish it by clicking on this button and just click on publish.
So open the app HTTPS shortcuts, click on the plus, then create from scratch, give it a name, for example, daily news, then hit save, paste in the production URL from the workflow, so from the webhook. After you paste it in, you can go to response handling, then determine automatically you have to turn this off and put it in plain text. Then you can go outside, and there are many options, as you can see, also for scripting and also triggers. You can also allow triggering via quick settings tile. This is going to allow you to use it later as a widget. And if you go to settings, then to quick settings tile, so add a widget or add the widget, and you can customize it. and you're done. And every time you click on the button daily news, it's going to open on site with all the news that we've got from our workflow, and this is going to help you be informed every morning, and it's going to be very easy because you can always click on this button and you will always get an updated daily brief, you know. So I hope you like this video. If you have some questions or like comments, please share down below the video. If you like this kind of content, then leave a like and subscription, and see you in the next video.